Hey Revivers, welcome back to J Revise. Yes, you guys get to see me completely natural right now because I don't have a perm or no weave. But I know I said I won't, well, I like to try to comb my hair some, but sure, I'm sweating, and you know what? It's not always gonna be cute, when you're trying to change and you're trying to better yourself. It's not always gonna be pretty and glossy. So I'm gonna give you guys, like I always said, the raw, natural version of me. But that's not what this video is about. Oh man, it's hot. Good gosh. I'm in Michigan, and let me tell you, our weather's bipolar. But I want to tell you guys a quick little story. So, if you don't know right by now, which you probably don't, I have multiple sclerosis. And I have let that handicap me mentally. Before, I got diagnosed, I didn't like to I loved the gym. I worked out because I had this ambition, this drive, to be something better, to be something greater, because the person I was with didn't like me the way I was formed, or the way I was, and so I lived there. But when I pushed myself beyond my limit, of course, and I ended up awakening something in my body along with life stresses, and I got MS. Well, I was diagnosed with MS, and I let it pause me. I let it give me reason to make excuses why I can't go to the gym, why I can't run, why I can't walk around. I mean, don't get me wrong, some days you have a flare-up and you just really can't function. You just can't move. Sometimes you can barely breathe some days. Some days you're just like, you feel like a dead corpse, and that's me. So I let that handicap me. I let that make me pause. But I don't know, something today just woke me up and was like, you know what, no more excuses. So I got up and I'm running. And before, when I set on this current course that I'm on, God said, lead me. God said to let him lead me. And I said, okay. I listened, and I was letting him lead me. But somewhere along my journey, I kind of ventured off, because even though he's leading me, I kind of had my own thoughts and my own path that I was kind of leaning into. Because when I say that sometimes when you're following God, it's not always easy. Someone's lying to you, and they're doing a great injustice saying that, being a follower is going to be easy. No, it's not easy, but it is possible. You can do it. God definitely equips you and makes you strong enough. Do you follow him the whole way, or do you get a couple steps like, oh man, Lord, I ain't strong enough? No, you're strong enough. You don't know how you're strong enough, because he made you that way. But anyway, so to my story. So I'm jogging down the street. I've got my music on, my adrenaline's going good, and this happens every now and then. I get a great day. So I'm jogging down the street, and I see this beautiful, huge caterpillar. Of course, let me reiterate my jog. I paused a little bit in that jog, and I started to do a small walk, and I'm walking, and I see this caterpillar inching away from the tree. So here we have all this sidewalk, and then we have the tree over there, and it's inching its way towards the street. So I'm like, hold up. I know when I was a kid, I played with caterpillars. I always found them on a leaf, hanging down, or something like that. So I'm like, well, let me find a green, the biggest leaf I can find and move it over, because I'm not about to touch it. I'm not a kid no more, and I don't like touching bugs. It's not my thing. But so I decided, let me go ahead and help scoop up, this caterpillar and get it to safety, because if a kid finds it, they might step on it. If they're a kid like me, they might try to pick it up and examine it. I didn't torture them, but I wanted to understand them. So anyways, I tried to help pick it up on something that was familiar. I took something that was a tool to help protect it, to get it to safety. But of course, natural defenses kick in, because it had its own vision of what path it wanted to go and how it wanted to get to its own safety. It kept inching the opposite way of what I was putting in front of it. It doesn't know that I'm friendly. It doesn't know that I had its best interest in mind. So I'm trying my best, to scoop up this thing, and he's turning around, he's flipping over. And at this point, I'm like, look, you little stubborn thing, I'm trying to save your life. You better get on this leaf, And sometimes I wonder, is that how God feels about us when he's trying to help us through life, when he's trying to help us on the journey he set for us? When we say, God, I trust you. When we say, God, yes, you can lead me and I will follow you. Does that only mean when it's within our bounds with what we're familiar, what we're comfortable with stepping out? Or can we sometimes step out the familiar, step out of our comfort zone and follow his lead? That's not always easier said than done, but you know, to get back to the story, yes, you know, eventually I did like a little twist, and I kind of like twisted it around, and of course I raised it up really fast so it couldn't fall. But at that point, it's holding on with its dear life. So I was able to get it to safety and away from the street and away from getting smashed. But at that point, it realized when I put it next to a tree trunk, it comfortably walked or climbed onto the tree and then made its little way to safety. Sometimes it's not going to be super easy. We're not going to see the end product. We're not going to see, you know, the safety nets that are set around us. But when we trust God in his rawest form, dear Lord, I have afro. But when we trust God in his rawest form, he always delivers us to safety. If you don't believe it and you say, okay, well, you know, you say that, but where are you? Well, you know what? Let me tell you where I am. I'm not in a grave. I had cancer. I'm cancer free. I didn't know how he was going to get me there, but he got me here. I've had a miscarriage when I was trying for a baby, and now I have too many babies. You don't know what God has in store because you can't see the victory on the other side, but trust. Remember the last time, just try to take a second and remember the last time you were going through life and struggles and troubles in your life. And remember those days of how you may have felt back then. You probably are having a hard time remembering because it's been that long. You've been delivered from that for so long, but now you're in a whole new arena. You're in a whole new struggle. Well, guess what? God brought you then. Whether you believed in God or not, whether you were atheist, God is who kept you. You don't believe me? You're born. You were born. Your mom was able to carry you, form you, and birth you out because you have a purpose. You are created for something more than you can ever imagine. So follow his lead. Is it scary? Heck yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you and say it's not. It's terrifying. But when you follow God, it's worth it. And when you see the victory, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. The day they told me I had MS, I was like, what? Okay. What the heck? Like, nobody in my family has MS. But then I took they came back with like more bad news. It didn't stop there. They're like, oh, we found a couple masses, you know, on your thyroid, in your neck. And I was like, oh, mass? Okay, whatever. Mass? Like, I'm like, is it cancer? Like, well, we don't know. We need to do biopsies. Did a biopsy, and they only at that time seen 2. But as it progressed, from May to November, it had grown so big you could see it protrude out of my neck. So I'm like, oh goodness, like it was kind of cool, so I thought. But then when they did the last biopsy, or when they removed it, or when they did last biopsy, they found out it was cancer. And I'm like, oh, what? Like, what? Oh my gosh. So like it went from bad, worse, oh my gosh. I have no choice but to leave, or to believe and let him lead me. So let him lead you. He will guide you. He will guide you the whole way. And don't look back. No matter how hard, no how scary I have, be honest, I have faced eviction. I faced, you name it, I faced it. And you know what? I'm still standing. Everything that was set up to bring me down, to make me turn from him and to stumble, I was able to push through by the strength and grace of God. And here's my proof. I'm running. If you know anything about MS, cardio is not it. And I'm probably going to be dying tomorrow, but I have not jogged in about 2.5 years because every time I tried to play with my kids, I couldn't because I'd have to lay plank because I couldn't breathe. But God, for some reason right now, he gave me the strength to push, so I'm pushing. So don't stop pushing. I'm grateful. While it's here, I'm going to utilize it until he tells me to sit down and do something different. I am doing this. So get up, keep fighting, keep pushing, no matter the struggle. Push beyond it. You got this, Revivers. Welcome to J Revives. If this is your first video, I hope you like it. Yes, I'm crazy. Sometimes I'm pretty, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes my hair is not nappy, sometimes it is. It just is what it is. But welcome to my journey. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And go ahead and check out the Facebook page. We are going to have an awesome journey. So let's start this right. Okay, love you guys. Mwah. Bye.